Turn the beat up.
EA all day. Yeah, that's us.
Like this here. EA all day. Who players making money now?
Yeah, that's us. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, that's us. Now who the players most hated now? Yeah, we made it now. Right, we played it now. Yeah, that's us. Oh, get that dough. Tic tac toe. Where you get that flow? Hit that blow.
What you need to know
When my crib at flow.
Yeah, some slimy shit.
And they be winding in the whips we had in 96. Yeah, that's us at the ball with the gun and the crisp. I'm gonna do that. Roll your blue that. Never drop, show you where it's food at.
Don't shit repeat. And don't steal. You feel like hearing new Benz, run shit, matching feet. Platinum on the chain, a last thing to beat. Yeah, that's making money now. Yeah, that's us. That's us. Chris out at the bar now. Yeah, that's us. 20 inches on the car now. Yeah, that's us. So who the players most hated now?
Yeah, that's us.
Straight from the hood, but we made it now. Yeah, that's us.
Yo, Papa, y'all. Boy, One Tree Red Eye. And we live from the cave tonight, baby. Let's get it. I'm going to go ahead and let this brew a little bit, man. See if we can get some folks in here. You already know it's your boy One Tree Red Eye, man. North Philly's finest. Let's go on. Let this brew a little bit. Let me get some folks in here. I'm gonna drop this comment in the link. I'm gonna drop the link in this comment. See some people join up. If not, I'm rocking by myself tonight. You already know how I play. All right, the link in the comments, y'all. I want to get up in here. Y'all want to get this little sports debate on. Let's get it. Now I'm gonna start the night off with a little bit of Sixers talk. I mean, start the night off with a little bit of Sixers talk. And I ain't even gonna bring up the Damian Lillard thing. I ain't gonna bring up the Bradley Beal thing. Cause on some real, last year we had a solid team. We had a solid team last year. I mean, we held the number one seed the whole season. So I don't feel like we need to make major changes. Like a lot of people think we need to just go out and get a star. I feel like we need to. First of all, I'm on the fence. I'm in the middle with the trade Ben Simmons thing because I feel like he disappointed us last year, but he's also a good basketball player, bro. Like it's like, yep. I mean, he felt it happened. Some people don't got that dog in him, but he's still a perennial all-star. I mean, he still gives you a lot on the defensive side of the ball. Still a great passer. I don't think he should be a point guard, to be honest, but I feel like he could play that forward position like a Draymond Green or something like that. But I don't feel like he should be a mandatory point guard no more. But it's going to be kind of hard to get Embiid and Simmons to work because they both do their work in the paint. Like Embiid can go outside and play from the outside, but he's a big man. He's one of the most dominant big men in the NBA. So why would you want him to play outside? But now you can't stick Ben Simmons in a corner or up top because he can't shoot. He got to go into the paint. And all I do is create traffic. So I'm on the edge a little bit, man. I don't want to trade Ben, but I feel like if we could get something good back for him, I wouldn't be mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to the Philadelphia side. I'm used to the Allen Iverson teams. Everybody was gritty, tough nose. I mean, a bunch of shooters around them. Dudes that play defense. Ben Simmons is the new type. He came in. Ben Simmons is LeBron James, his first stint in Cleveland. He won't shoot. Well, LeBron took shots, but he wasn't a great shooter. Ben Simmons won't even take shots. He won't even take the Jones. Like, it's crazy. Like, he won't even take a shot. It just puzzles me, bro. Like, It puzzles me. Ben Simmons, like, bro, you don't even got a floater. You don't even got a floater, a little push pad, like what Trey Young was doing to us the whole time. You don't even got one of them. That's horrible, bro. Like, you've been playing basketball for too long. You've been playing basketball for too long to not have a jump shot, bro. Like, not even a little free throw joint or even the Jones Chris Paul take. Chris Paul don't take a million jump shots. Chris Paul, Chris Paul don't take a million deep threes. He's a mid range shooter. He's a mid range shooter. Chris Paul give you, but Ben Simmons, man, I don't feel like he's a horrible basketball player, but I feel like he needs a new situation, man. He definitely needs a new situation. Ben Simmons should be on a team where he can play the big man for the most part, where he could just pass it to shooters. He could kick, he could drive and kick. Drive and kick. Ben Simmons one of them players. If he could get to the rim, he'll do his thing at the rim.
Hey, what's up, Trey? How are you doing, big dog?
Big Slay, what's up, little bro?
Doing great, man. How are you?
I'm fine, man. How your Sunday going?
Man, it's been going good. I just hit 300 subscribers, so very happy about
Hey,
that. And
shout
I'm
out to
just,
my
I'm
man
just,
Big Play with the 300, the big 300.
yeah, I'm just trying to get you in the guys over under 100 to 100 and hit the triple digits, because we want to get all the Eagles content creators on the top, because we want to make the community go green, just Eagles green. That's what we want.
Just flood the community, bro. I feel you. I feel you. Yo, man, how big? I want to ask you a question. How do you think the Devontae Smith injury will linger for the majority of the season, or you think it's a just he need just the rest? He just needs some rest.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna need like a couple a days to rest, because I don't think it's serious. They already said it's not serious, so I think like they'll give him a day or two off, maybe a couple days, and then he's back on the field. All these memes gonna come out now. He's too skinny and stuff. These Giants fans, bruh. I don't think it's because of his weight or anything. I just think it was like a leg injury that wasn't too serious. So I think it's like a couple days maybe. He's gonna come back.
Exactly. Injuries like this happen in camp all the time. You run into a teammate, you turn a little ankle or something like that. I don't feel like it's gonna be too. I think he's gonna be ready by the time September roll around. I mean, I feel like he's gonna be ready for the first preseason game, to be honest. So, I mean, it's just precautionary. They got to give him some rest. I mean, you don't want him to make his injury worse. Ain't no reason for him to really be on the field too much right now. It's the beginning of training camp. Ain't no point of risking further injury. So I agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, I completely agree. But how you feeling about training camp, man?
No, from what I'm seeing, the training camp been intense, bro. It been like they starting off the practices in red zone situations and stuff like you rarely see stuff. Red zone usually be when you get the pads on, like middle of practice. They Sirianni starting it off. You know, the red zone is one of the uh most important places on the field, because if you get down there and can't score, that's the difference between you being great and an average team. If you can score in the red zone, like at least 85% of the time, you're gonna win most of them games. So I mean, I feel like the training camp been going good, bro. How you feel about it?
I think it's going good. Jalen Hurts is looking great so far. We want to keep it that way. Um, everyone's talking about the Wentz thing. He's out the doors. So we don't got to talk about him. When we're getting a second, so it's really not that bad. But I feel good about training camp because you got these guys competing with each other and getting better every single day. That's something the Eagles need. Nick Sirianni preaching everything that he said from his press conferences now is generated on the field in
Right.
training camp, and I like that. But I'm surprised about Boston Scott leading so far at RB2. Um,
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
he's
crazy. It's
leading.
crazy, man.
Yeah, he's leading. But I like that it's one day it's Mailata taking first team reps, and then the next day it's Dillard taking reps at first team. I
Right.
like that. I like that they're doing that.
Yeah, man. I feel like the reason Dillard getting so many snaps right now is because he was a high draft pick. They got to see what they got in him. But from what I'm hearing from training camp, I heard he be getting beat like a drum out there. So I mean, I feel like that spot gonna be Mailata's for the to lose. Dillard, I don't feel like Dillard proved enough to the coaches and like the team, the veterans around him that for him to trust them enough to be there. So I feel like it's gonna be Mailata, and Dillard gonna have to be like the swing tackle if Lane get hurt, if Mailata get hurt. I mean, but I know that hurt his pride. He was a high draft pick, and you lost your spot to a 7th round pick. But that's the NFL. That's why I say dudes gotta actually put product out on the field. It don't matter where he was drafted at. They gonna give you a lot of shots, just like a JJ Arcega-Whiteside. But it easily as easy as you got the spot is as easy you could lose it, man. Everybody in here, everybody in the NFL hungry, especially the later round draft picks and stuff like that. So that's what make training camps and stuff like that so fun to watch. Like Josh Sweat getting first team reps over Derek Barnett. Josh Sweat was a late round draft pick too. Derek Barnett was a first rounder. Wasn't he a first rounder? Yeah, so it's great. I love training camp, bro. Like this where you figure out who's gonna be the dogs on your team for real.
Facts. That's 100% true, man. I think I honestly think some of these players they're gonna be hungry, motivated, and everything. Dillard, he's gonna get another chance because he was a first round pick. But if Mailata beats this guy, you don't want to keep him on the bench. You gotta trade him when his value is at an all time high for right now. Because if you don't do that, then I don't think he's gonna be there on this team anymore. But I think you got to trade him at this point. If Mailata beats him out, you probably gonna get a fourth, maybe a third, and that's good for him. He's going to another team. He's getting a whole fresh new start, and then Mailata takes over what he worked so hard for.
Right. It's crazy, bro, because when we first drafted Andre Dillard, I think everybody, the fan base and everything, they saw this dude college highlights and they was like, yo, he's gonna be a dancing bear at that left tackle spot. But that's how you that's the difference between college and the NFL. You can easily lose all of that. Dillard missed the whole season last year. It was like a lot of people forgot all about Dillard, especially in his fan base.
Yeah.
People forgot all about Dillard, and that's it's crazy, bro. Like I liked him coming out of college, but is a what can you do for me now league? I mean, he can't really do nothing for us right now. If you getting beat down in individuals and you letting people run past you, hit Jalen Hurts, you're not gonna be on the field too often. So I mean, it is what it is.
Absolutely. I agree. If you're not taking the job, and you're not working hard for it, then someone's gonna take your job. It's that next man up mentality at all times. You don't know if someone's gonna take your job or not. So you always gotta stay motivated. You always gotta stay active because the next man is always up. So you always have to have that mentality up in your head. So that's something
Right.
Dillon has to focus on.
Yeah, man. But all right, we gonna go kind of position from position. My favorite battle that I'm looking forward to is the linebacker position because we got so many linebackers that could possibly be starting for us. So many combinations like a Davion Teller, Sean Bradley, T.J. Edwards, Alex Singleton, and they board over Eric Wilson. So that's gonna be a real tight knit battle, man. Who do you feel will come out on top with them three linebacker locked in with them three linebacker positions?
Who's gonna get first? Or
Who's going to be middle, right outside, left outside?
I'm gonna say middle linebacker Wilson maybe. because he's solid. We paid him some money this year. So I think it's gonna be a prove it year for him, like type of year, because he had that 1 year, but we still don't know what he has. Because last year, if correct me if I'm wrong, but for like a Vikings fan, they said that his job, someone else had it before that, was really good.
Alan Barr. It was
Yeah,
Alan Barr.
no, not Barr. It was
Uh,
someone else. It
oh,
was
Will
Kendricks. Yeah, Kendricks.
Eric Kendricks.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's really good. So he got injured, and then Wilson came in for him. And then Wilson showed what he can do. So I think Wilson is middle linebacker, right outside linebacker. I'm gonna say he did good last year there. And then left outside linebacker. That's probably it's a hard one, but I'm gonna go either Bradley or Taylor. Left outside linebacker.
Yeah, they said in camp Taylor been getting like the majority of the starting first team reps at linebacker. So I mean, they comparing him to Darius Leonard right now. You know Darius Leonard from the Colts, middle linebacker. They comparing
Yeah,
him to him though. That's a big comparison, man. If
yeah,
he out there really flashing like that, he might be one of our starting linebackers come game one.
yeah. You got potential. You really do. If you compare him and Bradley, Bradley probably starts right now. He's the one that starts right now. And if what's up, Foothills? If you're
Foothills, Bird Gang, what's up with
yeah,
y'all, man?
what's good, y'all? But yeah, if I'm just basing it off of like guys that can start right now, Bradley has to be up there, and then Taylor I think has more potential than Bradley. If I could use it in that sense, but I really think both linebackers can be studs in this league. They just need some development. That's it.
Foothill, join the live, man. It's in the comments. You can join the live, man, if you ain't doing too much. But yeah, all right. So I've been hearing a lot about Josiah Scott, making big plays out there at the training camps. He really looking better than Avonte Maddox out there. I mean, Avonte Maddox was kind of a high draft pick too. So, what's your like philosophy on letting the best man win the job? I mean, if you were a GM or a owner or the coach, do you feel like people get on the field more because of their draft status, or
Oh,
do you feel like the best man should be on the field?
I think the best man should be on the field. I think someone that earned it and worked so hard for it. I feel like that's the guy that deserves it more. Because if they're out there in training camp battling and hustling for the job, then I think that guy makes more sense for the job. But I think if we're talking about the Eagles, then yes, they always give it to the guy that has the higher draft pick. You saw what they did with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside last year and the year before. They gave him the job because he was a early second round pick. So I think it's because of the draft value that the Eagles always get in. They always think about that.
Yeah, man, I'm kind of on the same page as you. I feel like if you out there, you busting your butt, you doing what you supposed to do, man. You should be out there on the field. I don't care if you was a first round draft pick, 7th round draft pick, undrafted. If you showing that you can play in this league, you should be on the field. And that's where a lot of teams go wrong at. They be having most of their dogs sitting on the bench because they drafted a bum up top and they want to see what they could do with him. They paying him all this money and stuff. But I mean, if y'all really like was that motivated to win, y'all had the best players on the field. Like I feel like Obi Melifonwu, I watched him at UConn. I watched him. He's gonna be one of those guys that's gonna be pushing, but I don't feel like he's gonna make the team just off the way they brought him in. And I don't feel like that should be right. What you feel about that?
Yeah, I think he should get an opportunity, man. Guy has yeah, um, guy has a lot of potential, but I just don't know with him. He has raw potential, but I think you got to give it to some of these guys that are in your staff, in your system already. Know the system. Waylon Wefu, I've watched him for a good minute. He's solid. I'll give him that. I think he should definitely be on our depth because you need more longer corners. Let's say if Slay or Nelson goes down, let's bring him in. And then maybe another younger corner. That's something you should do because it's smart. You want more depth at your secondary. And I think this dude is a beast. He has raw potential though. That's one thing you got to look out for.
Exactly, man. How you feel about Fletch comparing Milton Williams? Basically saying Milton Williams is gonna be a beast. Like he touching off the chain. He looked great at practice. How do you feel? I mean, if Milton Williams comes out and balls this year, are you one of those guys that say we should trade Fletcher Cox?
Um, if he balls out, maybe, but I still think Fletcher Cox needs to stay this year. But if we're going into the season, keep Cox. But I like Milton Williams. I've watched him for a solid minute. He was a beast at college at Louisiana Tech. He showed what he could do. So I think he's a beast. He showed what he can do at Louisiana Tech. But if you're gonna compare him to Aaron Donald, you gotta show me something before you get on that field. You gotta show me something as soon as you get on that field because they're comparing you to Aaron Donald. Then that's a high status. You gotta live up to it. So I think Williams has a lot of potential. But I'm just going off of what I've seen from Fletch. So I think Fletcher Cox is animal, always gonna be animal. But yeah, that's how I'm looking at it.
Hey, Foothill. I mean, Richie Mack, you crazy, Richie Mack.
What's word? Not the bird. Bird. I like that.
No, but yeah, man. I'm saying I don't know, Bill Williams could be a good third rotational D tackle. I mean, but I don't feel like 1 year is gonna make me feel like we should trade Fletcher Cox. It don't matter how good of a year he has. Fletcher Cox been the anchor of this defense since he came into the league, basically.
Facts.
It's like even if he's not gonna be, I mean, even if he's not gonna be the Fletcher Cox, he's still gonna demand double teams. He's still gonna get pressures. He's still gonna get tackles for loss. He's still gonna play great in the run game. It's like a Gerald McCoy. The tail end of Gerald McCoy years. He still had he still was dominant. He still was dominant in them Bucks defenses. So I feel like it's easier for a defensive tackle to play a long time in the NFL. Aside like a corner or a running back or something like that. That's one of them positions like a quarterback. A quarterback could play for years. I feel like a defensive tackle and offensive lineman can play for years without a major tell-off. So I feel like we should keep Fletcher Cox until we see that he can't really physically play no more.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to have to trade him. I want him to trade him and he go to another team and he's still the dominant player that he always was. So, I mean, I don't feel like he should go. How you feel?
I agree. I think Fletcher Cox, that's someone that you always want to keep because he's always going to command a double team because that's just how good he is. But if I'm being honest, I just think Fletcher Cox, he's getting up there in age. People are going to always, use that to look at him and give Milton Williams some credit, even though Williams hasn't done anything on the field yet. Right. But to Fletcher Cox's defense, he played in the sticks defense that we all complained about last year. So if he had 6.5 sacks last year in that same sticks defense that all of us Eagles fans were complaining about, then what's the reason to trading him? Now you got a new defensive coordinator. He'll use him and they'll use him in different ways on the defensive line. So I think you got to give him a chance before you say, let me trade him just for nothing.
Yeah, right. Just to see. I just want to see him in a different defensive scheme. You know, with Aaron Donald, they move Aaron Donald up and down that line. Fletcher Cox basically stays in the same place. They know where you're going. They know where you're going to be at all times. Now imagine if you was putting Fletcher Cox on the worst matchup on the worst matchup on the line, like they do Aaron Donald. They pick out who the worst matchup is, and they put Aaron Donald in front of him. Imagine you was doing that for Fletcher. Jim Schwartz never moved him around on that defense. He was in the same place. So I'm like, all right, let's see how I mean, Gannon and those guys deploy him, and then if he looks bad this year, all right, then we could consider trading him. But as of right now, I feel like he's going to be the same dominant. He's going to give you the same consistency he always gave you his whole career. So I mean, I don't feel like it's a smart move. I hear a lot of Eagles fans screaming, "Oh, we should trade him. We should trade him." I'm like, all right, and then get who? Who we trading him for? You gonna bring in another defensive tackle that can't do the same stuff that he do? Why would we give up one of our dominant players for they basically nothing? They're not gonna offer you too much for Fletcher Cox. He's 31 years old. You probably end up getting a third, fourth round pick for him, if anything. So why not just keep him here?
Facts. You know, I'm still on that board that you gotta like at least look at trading him because you might get some value for him, but like, what's the point of trading him? Like, you already want to rebuild, so you might as well just keep him right now and maybe hold on to him for another year, and then if he's not doing good, then trade him. But like right now, I don't think you should do it, but it's always a possibility. But I just don't see it happening.
All right. Do you feel like Derek Barnett should be getting Josh Sweat? I mean, Derek Barnett should be getting more snaps than Josh Sweat, or do you feel like they're deploying it the right way?
They are deploying it the wrong way. Sweat should easily be the number two, two defensive end next to Brandon Graham. Because Sweat's that if he's healthy, then yes, he is. He's one of the best defensive ends on our group. In our defense. Um, when he's healthy, he showed you that he can do a lot. Like last year, we played the Saints. He had 2 sacks in that game. That was a game that I think he got injured after. Um, if I'm not correct, someone correct me in the chat, but I think that was the game he got injured, and then he had like 2 sacks to prove it.
Yep. He
Barnett,
had that
oh
big sack on fourth down
yeah,
too. Remember that?
facts. I remember that. All Barnett does is that one move, and it's so easy to stop because it's always that same move. That one move that he always does. Teams are gonna catch on to that. And then Sweat, he's getting better every single year. So I think Sweat is the he's over Derek Barnett right now, in my opinion.
So do you feel like it's time to move on from Derek Barnett?
I think I don't think it is time. I think even though we're paying him $10 million, I feel like you have to use him like a depth piece. I don't think he'll be pressured as much because like we always have that pressure on him every single year. To make like they expect something from him. He never does it. So I think this year, I think he's going to be more productive. He is productive, but like, injuries, all this and stuff. But
Yeah.
injuries, they're just a part of the game. You can't control injuries. So, I think I'm on like that maybe board, but, I always think it's a possibility to trade him. Because $10 million, you ain't doing jack stuff. So, I could see it, but I just don't think the Eagles front office will do it.
Yeah, I feel like he could. I mean, he could be. He'll be good coming off the bench, man. He in that rotational situation. I think Derek Barnett is more of a third down defensive end anyway, where you could just get him. He just got to pin his ears back and just rush. And plus Derek Barnett, I feel like he too hot headed, man. It's like he caused us a lot of big plays last year. Well, of getting off the field on fourth down, Derek Barnett get a personal foul, fighting with somebody, hitting people low. I mean, late hits. It's like he's starting to get that dirty player reputation. and like a Greg Hardy or one of those guys, a Dominican Sue. He's starting to creep into that realm. So, do you want a guy like that on your team? It's like, I mean, you're so scared. You just made a big play. Now Derek Barnett come hit the quarterback late, grab his face, man, something like that. I'm like, he does a lot of unnecessary. He give us a lot of unnecessary penalties. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of on the edge with Derek Barnett right now. It's like I like him as a player. I just don't like everything that comes with having a Derek Barnett on your team.
Agree. You know, I think Barnett, because like people say he's trash by any means. I don't think he's trash. I just don't think he's performed to that first round pick. Like we all expected him to do something this year, but injuries again. Just being hot headed sometimes on a play, that costs him. So I think it's just some of his hot headed moments, but not a rookie anymore. You got to do something on that field, bro.
Exactly. What up, Coach Dante? And man,
Sir,
if you ain't doing too much, you can join the live, man. The live open for everybody right now, man. Be a big player chopping it up about this birds thing. But even if y'all want to talk about the birds, man, we could talk about anything. I mean, everything open for discussion when it comes to sports, man. My fault, big play. I was posting it. I mean, hit that link in the chat if y'all want to join up. If not, it's me and Big Play rocking for a while. But yeah, all right. So how do you feel about the Eagles organization not coming out and saying Jalen Hurts is the starter week 1?
I think he's just doing that for competition. I don't think it's true. Because we all know in our right minds that Jalen Hurts is QB1. That's no question. But I
Exactly.
just think he's just trying to establish, competition because he said it. So now you got to show it on the field. So him saying that, it's not true, but he just wants to embrace competition and he's doing it. So I just think that's what he means when he says Jalen Hurts is not going to start at QB.
Exactly. Exactly. I feel the same way. Everybody just be blowing their lid for no reason. It's like it's cool, bro. Like we know Joe Flacco not beating Jalen Hurts out. We know what's the other quarterback name? God, Mc the one that came from San Fran. What's his name? Chris Mullins.
Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins. Yep.
Yeah, Nick
Mullins.
Mullins. Yeah, we know he not beating Jalen Hurts out. So it's like, why y'all so like inanimate about it? I'm like y'all don't gotta get y'all. Y'all not gonna get everything y'all want. Like that's all Philly want to have clarity. We basically have clarity. Jalen Hurts is taking every first team rep, so they don't have to come out flat out their mouth and say that he's the starter just because y'all want him to. It's like
Mhm.
that. It gets irritating after a while,
Yeah.
man. It's like Philly fans just so pouty. They always want to scream passion, but a lot of them, it don't need passion. Y'all just want to cry about anything. It
Mhm.
pisses me off sometimes.
Facts. You know, we always want everything. I just think like we're not gonna always get everything. So like we gotta think about like right now. Even though the future is bright for us, we gotta think about right now. We can think about the future and all that, but I think you gotta think about right now because the Eagles are stacked on offense. They got receivers on deck. I think they just need a veteran receiver. That's it, maybe. But the receivers are young. You can say it's not trusted, but I think this team's just loaded at every single position. But some of those positions are not trusted. People want to say that because we're young, but we got to think about right now, and that's trying to win. We're gonna be, top three, top two, something like that in this division. People are saying last. I could see it, but I just like that's not what I want. But I think I could see it because the future is set. We're gonna definitely win this division in the future. That's no question. The 2 first-round picks, maybe 3, because they never said that Wentz is out for the entire season, so he could start week 1.
I think he should. I think Wentz gonna be all right, man. I feel like they probably just hold him out just because they can. Like
Hmm.
it's the off season. But
Yeah.
to answer your question, Richie MC, if we could get a deal like that for Gilmore, like just probably Barnett straight up and not like a first rounder or a high second rounder or something like that, then yeah, I'll do it. But I'm not giving up a first rounder. Gilmore is kind of an older player in this league too. He been on two different teams. He he's an older guy in this league. So I wouldn't want to give up a first rounder and Derek Barnett to get Stephon Gilmore. Even though he's a dominant player in this league, I feel like he's still a dominant player in this league. It's just if we looking to build towards the future, then yeah, I'm not giving those kind of picks up for a Stephon Gilmore.
Hmm. Facts. Um, to answer the question, I don't want him. We already got two good corners plus depth on the cornerback position. We can add a nickel corner, a slot corner, but Maddox at slot, he's not bad. He just like needs, he doesn't need the cornerback to, opposite slave type of treatment because he's not that good. Because he's not locking up DK Metcalf. Not that many corners are, but it's just some corners are special enough to do it. But I just don't think he's ready for Metcalf. So I think you put him at slot, give him more time because you throw him at, slot. But Gilmore, I don't think it would make sense for this team. He's too old. He's aging. So you got to think about corners like Derek Stingley next year. He's really good. So think about him because he's a productive player and he's gonna be a good workload this year for us.
Facts. I also feel like the divisions that Stephon Gilmore been in, they really didn't have no dominant receivers in those divisions. Like like the Patriots division, they just got like Stephon Gilmore this year in Buffalo, but other than that, who they really had out there? Like you get me? So it's like Stephon Gilmore gonna be over here guarding Amari Cooper. He's gonna be over here guarding a Scary Terry, Kenny Galladay. He's gonna be guarding actual number one receivers now. So how good will he be now? Who knows? I mean, how good would he look in a different scheme? Bill Belichick probably knows how to use him. So I mean, that's why I say some people like a Josh Norman. You see, once Josh Norman left Carolina, it was like, all right, like Josh Norman looked like an average player once he left Carolina and got out of that cover three scheme.
Sure. One corner that did good when he left the division, because he already played good wide receivers is James Bradbury of the Giants. That's their CB1. He played four really good receivers down there in Carolina. Julio, Michael Thomas, everything, like every receiver you can name, he played them. So now he went to a division in the NFC East, and he already know he can guard up some receivers. Hell, he guarded DK Metcalf last year pretty good. Because he had that experience of playing Julio Jones twice a year. So bigger receivers weren't like a thing to him. So I think Gilmore could have, some of that was because he didn't play really good receivers in the division.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So, how do you feel about the Zach Ertz situation? I mean, like they say Zach Ertz look like the same Zach Ertz out there in camp right now. So I feel like to me, Zach Ertz is a way better tight end than Dallas Goedert to me, man. It's like I know he's aging, but he's still the same dude. He still can get open. He never been fast. He always been a great route runner. He understands spacing. I mean, I feel like Zach Ertz should I feel like Zach Ertz should still be on this team, bro, next year. I mean this year.
I agree. And what's good, Jordy? How you doing, man?
What's good, Jody?
Yeah. To answer your question, I think Zach Ertz, he's been nagging that crap out of us, man. I think it's some of that is because the front office, they're not giving him the right, he thinks that they're not giving him the right treatment because he thinks he's a top 5 tight end in this league. I could see it, but nah, I just don't see it. But I just think he needs to go to a contender, so he can showcase himself because he's not bad. He did good. He did pretty solid the year before last year. So let's not act like he's bad by any means. So I think it's just front office maybe. Some of that's because of that Zach Ertz whole saga, but I think he needs to go to a contender right now to win a couple of chips.
I want to welcome Dirty Fighter to the live, man. What's your take on the Zach Ertz situation, bro?
First, thanks for having me on. How you guys doing? And
no problem, man.
Honestly, I think it's a situation of it's a guy that a lot of people want to stay, and some people even think he deserves to retire an Eagle. But if the situation between him and the front office, I think there's a disconnect there. And I think if the situation doesn't get resolved, he's gone. Because he's asking for too much money to keep him around. And he wants to be a tight end 1, which you're not going to get if you want Goddard to go anywhere. So I think it's a point of either Ertz takes a step back and stays, or they either trade him or let him walk and kind of do his own thing.
Yeah, I agree. Man. I mean, if you don't want to be here, ain't no point in keeping him. But I feel like, to me, honestly, I feel like they did Ertz wrong. For me, man, I feel like they did Ertz wrong. First of all, Ertz been one of the dominant tight ends in this league. He's been a top 5 tight end in this league before last year. So, the tight end from San Fran get paid. Kelsey get paid.
Yeah, George
Kittle. Kelsey get paid. What the one from the Raiders? He about to get paid.
Darren Waller.
Yeah, he about to get paid. You see all these dudes getting paid, and a lot of these dudes he was putting up better numbers than. So I'll be upset too. And they know, they gonna pay Dallas Goedert. Zach Ertz never got no big contract from us. I feel the same way. He put his heart and soul on the field for us every year he came out. So I'll be upset too, man. I can't blame him. But at the end of the day, if he don't want to be here, he gotta go, man. That's simple as that.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I mean, a lot of us want him here, but it all depends on what he wants at the end of the day.
Exactly. Go ahead, Big Play.
I feel like he could stay because another year, maybe give him another chance to showcase himself again, because he's really not that bad. He did good the year before he did bad this year. So I think it's just a matter of him and the front office just not getting along, and sometimes the nagging issues come into play with him and Howie. So I think it's just him, refusing to play here. But I think some of that could have been on the front office, just not helping him. But he's, as Jordy says, he's no yak Zach for a reason. He doesn't get yak yards, so why not keep Dallas Goedert? Why not keep Dallas Goedert and make him the tight end 1? Put Ertz tight end 2. But you still have Richard Rodgers, so what you gonna do with that?
And I've been hearing a lot about Tyree Jackson performing well in training camp. Dude like 6'7", like $130 something, probably a little bit heavier than that. They said he been out there beasting. So I mean, like I said, I would want Zach Ertz here, but the way it's looking, we have a good amount of talent to pick up the slack if he's not here. So I mean, It is what it is. Like I really want Zach Ertz here. I'm really a big Zach Ertz fan, but if he want to go, we can't keep him, bro. Fry, what's up, man? What's up, bro? You see, man, I got my guys in here with me. We getting this sports talk in. Like, yeah, man. All right, I got a question for y'all. So, say if you already know we got Harris starting at safety, and Kayvon Wallace is scheduled to be there if McLeod not there. But if McLeod is healthy to start the season, would you start Rodney McLeod or Kayvon Wallace?
McLeod.
McLeod.
McLeod's more proven. I still don't know if he's gonna play the first game. Because they haven't told us that yet. But I think McLeod's experience, he's more just better, and Kayvon Wallace, he just needs a little more development. And you could say he's a starter, but I don't see it.
Oh, so you're not really a big Kayvon fan?
I mean, I am a Kayvon fan. I just don't think he's beating Rodney McLeod.
How you feel about that, Jordy?
Now, if it comes down to Rodney being healthy, I think I'd rather take Rodney in that situation than give Kayvon snaps in between. Like, let's say if you need Rodney off the field for something or you want a special look, put Kayvon in, because I think that would work well with a rotation, because you can't just play Rodney you can, but you can't play him full snaps. It'd be a Fletcher Cox situation of him being overworked. But I think it's going to come down to Rodney won't be healthy for, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks. They're going to start Kayvon. Rodney will come back, and then they'll try to split it as best they can, but just give Rodney a little bit more just because of where he is in his career.
Exactly. I feel like Kayvon could learn behind 2 veterans, man. It'd be great. That'd be a great situation. Coach Dante, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's good, Dante?
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
Man, we chilling, man. We having a little discussion, man. I mean, we just talking some training camp stuff, man. It's getting to like the later weeks start. It's getting closer to the later weeks. We about to start having some preseason games, man. We just getting into it a little bit about the camp battles and stuff like that. Coach Dante, you're not an Eagles fan, right?
Yeah, I'm a Eagles fan.
He just became one, actually.
I'm a big Jalen Hurts fan. I'm a big Jalen Hurts fan. I've been knowing Jalen Hurts for a little while.
Shut the door.
Yeah.
I apologize, y'all.
No, you're good.
Go ahead. What you saying, Coach?
I've been knowing Jalen Hurts for a little while. Like I said, again, I watched him in Houston. He was down here in Houston, and I know what he can do. The guy is very strong. The guy is very athletic. He was the best player by far on the field every single Thursday, Friday, and like I said, I'm happy he got his opportunity. I'm just happy he got his opportunity, and he showed glimpses of what he can do. He beat the Saints, the #1 defense again, last year. The next week, he had a shootout with Kyler Murray. Like I said, I'm very high on Jalen Hurts, and he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine this year. We just got to have his back, trust in him. And the guy can make plays, and he can be a big part of the running game. And he also, with him more developing, he can throw the ball a little bit more better. But like I said, I just love the guy, man. The guy's a leader. He knows how to win. He played in the SEC in the toughest conference. He got dunked. Then he go to Oklahoma. He become the second Heisman, and also he went to the playoff, and Alabama didn't. So he has a history of making guys better. And like I say, the guy's a leader, and the guy's can play, bro. And I'm very happy to see what he gonna do this season. He's gonna prove a lot of people wrong.
Wait, Alabama didn't make the playoffs that year?
Not the year that he went to Oklahoma.
Oh,
damn!
Not the year that he went to Oklahoma, they didn't make it.
You're right. That's
he went to
when
Oklahoma, they didn't make it.
Right? Tua got hurt that year.
Yeah.
Yo, the LSU beat them. LSU beat Alabama.
Oh, that was the Joe Burrow year.
Yeah.
Oh, was that the Joe
Yeah.
Burrow year?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Joe
That's
Burrow
what-
year. That was Joe Burrow year. That was Joe Burrow year.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I forgot Hurts was still. Yo, y'all know why I keep forgetting this Jalen Hurts second year in the league. It feel like he's been in the league for a little longer. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I remember them getting. I remember LSU spanking on Alabama. But yeah, I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to be a dog in this league, especially if you get a.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I did hear you.
Yeah, my fault, y'all. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially if he gets if he could get if Nick Sirianni and Steichen and the offensive coordinator, head coach can actually draw up plays that Jalen Hurts is comfortable with running. Like I feel like Jalen Hurts is better in a spread offense where he could drop back 3 steps and get the ball out of his hand. I feel like Jalen Hurts is one of those quarterbacks when he gotta like run around the field and make plays, he can do it. But a lot of the times when I watched him in Oklahoma, he kind of made a lot of bad throws when he was on the run. So it's like if you could get him in an offense like when Alabama had all those wide receivers, he could pick his poison. He could drop back 3 steps. He could go off the play action. He just get the ball in his playmaker's hands. I feel like he's gonna have an MVP type season. But if I line don't hold up like last year, I feel like it's gonna be the same thing. He's gonna be running for his life all year.
Facts. That's facts. One thing I will say is that I think Hurts has a lot of potential. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be great, but that's just me exaggerating it. Because I only saw him in 4 games. But I'll make the case for him. I think he's a solid quarterback. He has some really good legs. He puts the needle pretty he does it solid. He threads the needle here and there. He can make plays, but it's usually with his legs and stuff. But I just feel like he has one of the best fade balls in the NFL. And he only played 4 games, and that just tells you how good his fade ball is. If he's that good at fade balls. But I think he has a lot of potential. I just need to see a little more from him.
How you feel, Jody?
Honestly, with Hurts here, I've never been the biggest on the Hurts train. I never will be, probably. But at this point, I'm confident in what he can do in this offense, especially with a young coaching staff that is going to bring a lot of ideas to the table and is going to bring a lot of youth and energy to the table, too. So I think that's really going to help.
Coaching
There's
bring a lot of ideas to
What the hell?
I think that's Dante. That's good.
That's me?
Yeah, I think it. I don't know. I think it was you, and then when you put your headphones on it stopped.
What the heck was that?
Yeah, I think it
No.
You good now. And then when you put your headphones on.
Wait, it's not Dante.
That's Jody.
I don't think
Is it me?
I don't know if it's me. I mean, I got mine off.
I don't know what that is, bro.
Wow, it's not me.
And they start doing that to him. Hey, coach, I'm gonna kick you from the line. Just join back up, all right, bro? Yeah, that was Coach Dante.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Coach, just join back up, bro.
Yeah, but can we talk about some NBA real quick?
All right, let's get it. Let's get it, man. I
I
like
mean,
that.
I'm not a Sixers fan. I think you're like the only Sixers fan here, but I'm a Lakers fan. I'm an actual Lakers fan. I'm not no bandwagon. Yeah, but I think I can't believe we got Russell Westbrook. That makes us even better. Jordy Celtics are finna go down again. I'm just playing, but hey, I think that pickup was good for us. Russell Westbrook, him.
I'm good.
Hmm?
Yeah, you good now, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, getting Russell Westbrook was very good for us. Now I think it's gonna make us the favorites out of the West easily. The Warriors could be a good team too in the West. I think we're gonna be the favorites. Maybe NBA Finals. NBA Finals chip again. With Russ, we just need pieces, man. We just need depth pieces. That's it, and we can make a finals run.
I feel like, to be honest, I feel like everybody overhyping this Russell Westbrook to LA thing. Russell Westbrook
Yeah,
gonna be the same player in LA he was in OKC, Washington, Houston. He gonna be the same player. He gonna shoot you out of games. That's Russell Westbrook. He gonna go out on his sword. Dude is not gonna
yeah,
be a team player, bro. So it's gonna be like him and Brian gonna be beefing. Anthony Davis still ain't gonna be able to stay healthy. So it's like, I mean, I don't really buy into it too much until the season and they actually do it, because I don't believe I like Russell. I like watching Russell Westbrook, but I'm not really. I don't believe he's gonna win you a championship.
Yeah, and the other thing that worries me about that pickup is you just dealt Kadavius Caldwell Pope, who was a decently important depth piece. Schroeder's on an expiring contract. Russ, he's got a history of injuries and surgeries. LeBron couldn't
I
stay.
think they traded Dennis Schroeder to the Knicks, right?
no, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Oh,
And
oh,
then LeBron has a history of not staying healthy near the end of his career. And
Oh, yeah.
AD has had portions where he can't stay healthy. So you're
Mhm.
built on an injury-prone core.
Well, I think that's true, but I feel like the only reason I don't think the Russell Westbrook trade's overrated is because I think Russell Westbrook, the last what was it, with Paul George, he did really well. Paul George did really good with him. So if he can do that with Paul George, and if he can do that with Bradley Beal, then of course he's going to do good with LeBron James, who is one of the players that can help him. If there's any player that can help Russell Westbrook and get him off his ego, it's LeBron James, if I'm being honest.
Well, both are ball dominant. LeBron and Russ love having the ball in their hands. They're guys who are going to need the ball in their hands at times, and that's also going to conflict.
yeah. I feel the same way. It's like they're both big. Yeah, they're both ball dominant players. LeBron is not going to give that up because Russell Westbrook is there. It's like they're gonna be jogging for the. Russell Westbrook is like he's not gonna really give you too much off ball stuff. He plays defense, but he's not the greatest defender. He gonna give you rebounds, you know that, assists. I mean, but when it comes to like playoff basketball, Russell Westbrook never been that kind of dude. He always jacking up a million shots. It's like I don't got him changing just because he with LeBron. It's gonna be some kind of conflict in there.
Yeah, and the way he plays isn't necessarily going to help, like you said, with the shooting. And not only that, him, LeBron,
No shit
AD,
was good, big bro.
and if Schroeder is there, they're all going to want to take shots at some point. So that would also conflict.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be too many mouths to feed. Westbrook not gonna play the background. You know that. Y'all know that. Y'all seen it when he played with Kevin Durant. He's not gonna play the background. He want to be a star. That's why I don't know why he keep going to these teams with other stars. He should have just stayed in Washington for real. I don't feel like Russell Westbrook is the kind of player that can get you a championship. So I mean, it's all cute and all that they're gonna be playing together. It's probably gonna be flashy and all that, but I don't feel like it's gonna work.
Yo, I see Notion in the chat. This are my Lakers, bro. How about the Nets? How about that second round exit though?
Big facts, Notion. Big facts. Notion know what's about to happen, man. This basketball season gonna be good though. I ain't even gonna
Yeah,
lie, man. I just want to
fact.
see what's gonna happen with Damian Lillard and Bradley Bill, man. I want to see what's
Yeah,
gonna happen with them two dudes.
yeah. I think Bill's going to the Warriors, in my opinion.
Who Bradley Bill?
Yeah,
That'd be nasty. Him, Klay Thompson, and stuff.
yeah,
Sheesh.
yeah.
All I question
I definitely think
is
that would be
how it's
amazing.
gonna work between Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. I mean, like I say, who's gonna take the sacrifices? Who's gonna dip in points? That's how I just want to feel like Anthony Davis kind of makes it easy to guard him because all he do is pick and pop or he stand by the elbow and shoot a jump shot. So he kind of take himself out the game sometime. And Russell Westbrook got to have the ball to be effective. LeBron James got to have the basketball. And plus, I got a feeling the Lakers are going to get shooters. But like I say, the combination of those three guys, how is it going to work? Who's going to make the sacrifices at the end of the game? Who's going to take the last shots? And like I say, I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't know if it's going to work or not. That's the only question. Who's willing to make that sacrifice? Who's willing to take that last shot? And like I say, you got three players that need the ball in their hand to be effective.
Nah,
Damn.
ain't notion. Don't do my boys like that, man. You know we held that number one seed the whole year, man. They couldn't
That's
really, man. That was
yeah,
horrible, man. I
but
still got nightmares about them last couple games of that series, man.
yeah, but for Dante, I think it's gonna work in my opinion. I'm not trying to be biased, but like if Russell
No,
Westbrook
like I
worked
said, I
with
ain't say like I just say I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm not gonna say
yeah,
it's not gonna work.
yeah. I think that's kind of true because like it's just a whole different type of situation. You're going into a situation where Russell Westbrook and AD are going to be the two guys that are going to take the ball. Yeah, but AD and LeBron are going to take the ball here and there. But I think AD is going to be the top scoring option. I think LeBron's going to be second. And I think Russell Westbrook's taking that sacrifice, if I'm being honest, because he took the sacrifice where with Bradley Beal, who was one of the best shooting guards in the NBA, he took the sacrifice with Paul George. He was an MVP candidate. So he's taking that sacrifice for both guys, and I think he's taking the sacrifice for LeBron and AD.
He ain't really take, even in those two situations, he really didn't sacrifice. He was giving up, he was putting the same numbers up he's been putting up. Still breaking out Oscar Robertson records, all that, and he got nowhere. So it's like
Well, because they had
LeBron getting
shooters.
older. AB got injury history. AD he can't stay healthy. AD can't stay healthy for a whole season. So it's like, and now y'all took some of y'all pieces, y'all core pieces from that championship team
Yeah.
away. Caldwell Pope. What's the other one name? The blonde hair, the one that got the blonde hair.
Kuzma.
Schroeder's on an expiring contract.
Hello.
Yo, bro, what's good with you, man?
What's up? How you doing? I'm new to you, first time watcher. I've been following you for a while, but never got the opportunity to watch you. I'm
Yes,
a diehard
sir.
Philly sports. My name's Michael. I got by the name Positive Philly.
Oh, I think I followed you on Twitter. I don't know if I did or not, but
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm actually live on Twitch right now too.
yeah.
What's good? What's good with you, bro, man? What's your take on all right, since I got another Philly Sixers guy in there with me,
Hold on,
man. How
let me put
you
my
feel
AirPod
about
in so I can hear you better.
all right, bet.
On that side?
Good enough?
I'm good. You hear me?
Yeah, I was saying how you feel. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. My thought on what?
Yeah, you good. How you feel about the Ben Simmons situation right now? Do you think we should keep him or trade him?
Ben Simmons,
Uh,
as much as I never really had a problem with the guy up until this season or like the end of last season. I'm sorry, he's not an NBA player. Like if you can't make a jump shot,
yes, sir.
you
Notion. Yes,
can't shoot a
sir. Notion.
three. You can barely shoot make a 3-pointer. You're not an NBA player.
Cause I keep hearing them
Now I get it.
say
Not every
things
player
twice.
in
I
the
got my mic
NBA
muted.
can hit a three. But I mean, if you're going to play in the NBA, you at least have to have a decent jump shot. So, with that being said, I think he needs to go. But it's time. It really is time. We're rebuilding this team, and he's not one. He's not somebody on this team that's going to help us rebuild. So, with that being said, I think he needs to go. Where I'd like to see him go, there's a few different options. I'd love to be able to send him to Portland for Dame, but I feel like we got to give up too much. I'm not willing to give up Tyrese Maxey. This is going to sound crazy, but I've heard people say that Tyrese Maxey could be the next AI if you give him time.
I mean, he got all the main qualities of an AI. He got heart. He got I do makes crazy. He's a good shot maker.
Yo, you see I got this Julius Erving jersey today. What you think?
That joint flames, bro. I like it. I like it. Man. I got like 2 of them Julius Erving jerseys. But hey Jordy, what team you rep, Jordy?
I'm repping Boston all day.
Celtics. Hey, that's our rival too. We could do them shows once the season come back. Jordy, me and you, man. Sixers, Boston.
You like all Philly teams?
All Philly teams. All Philly teams.
Soccer too?
Baseball, hockey, soccer, anything that's Philly, I'm rocking with it. College football,
Yes,
basketball.
sir. Union. What about the Philadelphia Fusion?
I mean,
You're probably not familiar with that.
I'll watch. That's what, soccer.
That's Overwatch. Union, the Philadelphia Union is on the soccer team. There's a game called Overwatch, and they play the game. And there's like teams from different cities around the world, and you have guys playing the game, and they stream it. And there's a Philadelphia team that's called the Philadelphia Fusion.
I'm not right. No, I ain't really familiar.
You should check it out.
But I don't really like. Yeah, I'll check it out though. But like when it comes to like professional and collegiate teams, I follow all Philly teams like Penn State, Villanova, St. Joe's. I just like this Philly. Like I was born and raised in North Philly, so I mean I'm a diehard Philly fan. Flyers.
That's what's up.
Philly.
Yeah, I was born in Delta, but I moved to South Jersey. I resigned in South Jersey right now.
But, Coach Dante, who your team, Coach Dante?
Yeah, I'm a diehard Rockets, Texans, Astros fan. I like the Eagles, like I say, because I just became an Eagle fan. But like I say, I love Jalen Hurts, and I'm a big supporter of him because what he could do. I mean, like I said, the guy's gonna be a special quarterback in this league. I mean, the guy's just a big guy. Ain't too many quarterbacks lifting 260 pounds. Ain't too many quarterbacks doing that. That's like a little dump truck.
He's squatting I think he's squatting like 500 pounds. Like, God damn, bro. Like, how you squatting 500 pounds as a quarterback?
When I first saw him in high school and I first looked at him in person, when I was on the field, when I saw him, when I used to go watch him play, I'm like, God damn, this is a big ass quarterback. His daddy coached him and all that. And he was like the best. I was like, this guy was the best dude on the team. And they was in the tough district. They was in the all state district, and like the guy used to be the best guy on the field. And to come in the NFL and see this dude successful, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 3 touchdowns coming on the ground. Like you were saying, he can also be a big key in a run game as well. Get some play action, read options, something that he's comfortable with. That's what he's comfortable with.
Eagles champ was good with you, bro.
Well, and I'm just a big fan of Jalen Hurts, and I say again, man. I think I expect big things for Jalen Hurts. I expect big things from.
All right, I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna give everybody a shot at this. The Eagles make the playoffs. Y'all gotta finish this sentence for me. The Philadelphia Eagles make the playoffs if I'm gonna start with you, Jordy.
So the Eagles will make the playoffs if they will make the
I
playoffs
will. I'm on the show right now.
if the receivers can prove themselves this year. And that's been the main thing I've kind of watched out for is what do we have in these receivers, because that's going to dictate what we do on offense mostly. And with a lot of unproven guys there's a lot of uncertainty. So if a lot of these guys can prove themselves that they were worth their picks and they earn their spots on the team, then I definitely think Philly can push themselves to the playoffs, but it all depends on those receivers.
All right, you go next, Coach Dante. The Philadelphia Eagles
The Philly
will make the playoffs if
barring injury, if the
all
secondary can hold up, if the back end of the
right,
secondary can
positive
hold up, we
positive
already
Philly.
know.
Coach Dante, your mic messing up again, bro. Positive Philly.
Oh,
Philadelphia
there.
Eagles will make the playoffs if
This honestly, I have a few answers for this, but I'm only giving you one. I say if Devontae Smith can gain some weight. The reason I say that is a lot of people think he's so skinny. I think if he gains a little bit of weight, he's going to have a breakout season, and we're going to make the playoffs thanks to Devontae Smith.
I mean, I understand where you coming from, but you Devontae Smith played in the SEC, bro. That's one of the that's one of the that's the basically the NFL of college football. If he could succeed in that conference with all those big dudes, they got D linemen over there running 4.3s, 4.4s. I feel like he'll be okay at the size he is in the NFL. I don't feel like size will matter too much. I mean, one of the all-time greats and great wide receivers in NFL history was. I don't even think Marvin Harrison was over 200 pounds when he was playing. So size don't really matter too much. It does, but it doesn't. Like if you crafty enough, you know the game. You know the ins and outs. You know when to get down, when to take the hit, when to get out of bounds. I mean, you just got to
Right.
be a smart player at that size. Deshaun Jackson played in the NFL for years, and he never really
Hey, man, listen, I'm
started getting
actually,
major injuries until later on in his career.
right. I actually got to go. I appreciate you having me on the show. You mind if I tell the people of your show where they can find me at?
Yeah, yes, sir, bro. Make sure, yeah, you can do that.
All right, guys, you guys can find me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch,
All right.
at Positive Philly. I'm actually going to be starting my own show hopefully this Friday. So how do you, how do you pronounce your name? One to the Rock,
One Trey Rock.
One Trey Rock. I'd love to have you on my show. Hopefully this Friday night. But where can I find you at?
I mean, you can find me at One Trey Rock on One Trey Rock 215 on Instagram, and find me on YouTube, on Twitter, One Trey Rock on Twitter, and One Trey Rock on YouTube. Same name for all of them, man. You can find me
All
there.
right, appreciate you having me on
I'll
the show,
definitely
and
pull up on your live, bro, for real on Friday night. I ain't doing nothing.
appreciate you, Coach Deontay. You too. Love to have you there.
All right, man. Just hit me up on Twitter at Coach
You
Dante
can't hear me.
31
Oh,
and on YouTube at Coach Dante.
all right, man. Appreciate you guys.
Got
Go Birds. Peace out.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Hey, like I was saying though, the Philadelphia Eagles make the playoffs if they can stay healthy and the second back end of that secondary hold up. That's what like the problem is. It's not the pass. It's never the pass rush. The pass rush is always kind of can get to the quarterback, but the problem is if the pass rush can't get to the quarterback, can this back end of the secondary kind of hold up? And they showed they have not been able to do that. But now adding Steven Nelson, I think it's a big plus now. and you can put Maddox kind of in the slot because he got a little more experience. Uh, that's my only options, man. Like I say, if this team can stay healthy, and we was also right about injury last year as well. We didn't. Rager went down earlier in the year. He's starting to come up. He's starting to come up a little bit, show flashes. Fogum pretty much had a good season. To Doug Peterson took him out because Alshon Jeffrey making over $10 million. But if Fogum out there performing, it shouldn't matter how much money a guy make. If the guy's out there performing and showing that he can play, why not keep the hot hand out there? Alshon Jeffrey ain't been right since he dropped that football in New Orleans. In New Orleans, I believe we'd beat the New Orleans Saints if he caught the down show caught the football. We should have been playing around. But I'll say if the Philadelphia Eagles can make the playoffs, if that back end of that secondary hold up and bar none injuries.
I agree, man. I agree with you. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel I understand what you said too. But it's like maybe it was this. I didn't like Jim Schwartz's scheme. I didn't like Jim Schwartz's scheme because he put
Oh
so
no,
much
no, no!
pressure.
It was terrible. It was horrible. It was terrible.
He put so much pressure on them defensive backs. He played like I think like 80% man to man coverage. It's like if your line
Yeah.
don't get there, I mean, ain't no cornerback. I don't
Yep.
care who you is. You could be Deion Sanders. You're not
Oh
covering
yeah.
nobody for 4 or 5 seconds. Like so, I feel like he
Mm-mm.
put a lot of our players in bad positions. Our linebackers, he had linebackers lined up on receivers. It's like Jim Schwartz's game was horrible. So I get what you're saying, but maybe a lot of these guys wasn't trash. Maybe the scheme was just trash.
Oh yeah.
Right?
That remind me of how Darius Slay was last year. How much he was frustrated. Do you believe all that when Darius Slay was getting burned? Do you believe it was Darius Slay last year? It wasn't. It was
No.
just Jim Shores wasn't putting these guys in the right position. And you gotta think about it, we didn't even blitz that much last year. That's part of the reason, like I said again, why the secondary was getting beat. But the only thing I'm gonna hold Darius Slay accountable for, I don't want to see him on a number 2 wide out receiver. You getting paid. I'm not paying you number one cornerback money to get your ass out there on a number 2 receiver. I want you to follow the DK Metcalfs out there. Other word, I want you to follow the DeAndre Hopkins out there. I want you to prove that you deserve number one cornerback money. I want to see him out there on some of them number one cornerbacks. I don't want to see him out there on James Washington or nothing like that. I want to see him out there on the top cornerbacks in the league. I want to see him out there on Calvin Ridley. That's why I want to see him out there on. I want everywhere they motion, everywhere they go. I want to see Darius Slay right there in their face, right there, following them around and letting that defensive coordinator know I got him. I don't want to let this guy be in that. And like I say again, I definitely agree. We said this all the time, man. Is the Jim Short scheme and what he didn't put the players in the right positions. I mean, is it Darius Slay that Chase Claypool and Denzel Washington catching over 100 yards over us last year?
No, that was
I mean,
Claypool
Dallas
that
Cowboys
had
running free, Amari Cooper running free.
the.
Yeah,
No,
Claypool.
I
Yeah,
was done with
just went
Jim
just
Schwartz when he put Nate Gary on Claypool after he already had 3 touchdowns on us already. On that third, it was like I think it was like a third and long. We was about to get the ball back. We could have won the game. He put Nate
yeah.
Gary on Claypool in the middle. I'm like, bro, if you don't call a timeout and get that man off of that man, the ball been killed us for like 3 touchdowns already. Why would you ever have Nate Gary on Chase Claypool after he didn't score 3 touchdowns on us already? I was done with Jim Schwartz
Yeah,
after that.
I mean, yeah, that was Jim Shorts, but like I say, if I'm a number one corner, I gotta see that as well. I gotta see that as well, and I gotta talk some sense into Jim Shorts and say, "Hey, let me go get this man. Let me go get this man. He's been ref shopping us the whole game. Let me take responsibility and get out there on him and guard him, and for the rest of the game." Like I say again, there's no reason for a rookie Chase Claypool should act like a Hall of Fame wide receiver, the second coming of Jerry Rice on his defense. It's just no excuses. It's just no excuses about that.
I agree, but Jim Schwartz also trusted Jalen Mills, I think, too much. It was like Jalen
Yeah,
Mills was the
Jalen
one out
Mills
there
is terrible.
getting cooked by Claypool. I don't think he was
Yeah,
terrible.
he's terrible.
I don't think he was terrible. I think but Jalen Mills should have been a slot corner. Like he can play the nickel position. He physical enough to stop the run inside. And I think they just had him out of
Yeah,
position. That's what it was with Jalen Mills. They had him
yeah.
out of position because at college he played safety and nickel corner. So and you switch him to an outside corner. Jalen Mills is only good from 20 on in. He couldn't run with
Mhm.
nobody. He got killed on double moves. It was like they had him out of position. And Jim Schwartz had a lot of people out of
Jim
position in
Schwartz
that
had
defense.
everybody out of position last year. He had everybody out of position last year. Again, man, if the pass rush, like that remind me of the 2013 Texans, we had the best defense all around in the league and the best secondary. But like I say again, when you got guys like J.J. Watt, Whitney Merciless, Tre'Davious Clowney wreaking havoc, and you get to the quarterback consistently, you don't get a chance to see what your secondary hold up when your defensive line getting pressure into the quarterback. And like I say again, we didn't get a chance to blitz that much because like I say he always in man to man scheme, man to man defense, and the more time the quarterback got in the pocket, the more time you can find a time for a receiver to get open, and the receiver is gonna break free, especially against a mobile quarterback. When you have a chance, especially against a mobile quarterback. So I say again, I believe it's gonna be a better defensive scheme this year. I can't wait to watch Josh Sweat wreak havoc. And like I say, I
Hmm
just hope Fletcher Cox and all of them guys have a better year this year. And I feel good. Darius Slay and Steven Nelson, they're gonna have some big years, man. I got my high hopes on Darius Slay this year. I believe he's gonna have a breakout season this year.
How you feel about it? How you feel about the
Yeah,
conversation, Jordy?
oh yeah. Look at Philly, don't you? Man, hey, that's no excuses, man. Like I say, man, you got Chase Claypool acting like a Hall of Famer, a second coming Jerry Rice out there, man. That's unacceptable. A rookie, that's a rookie. That's unacceptable. You got
Jordy, how you feel about the conversation, Jordy?
Now, I give Claypool props because he did have, you got to admit, he had a good rookie season. They used him very well. And this game was no different, but I will admit Schwartz didn't cover him right. Claypool, and I watched him in college. I remember before he got drafted, I said, watch out for his catch radius.
Yeah, I watched him at
He,
Notre
he's
Dame too.
he's somebody that used his size very well, and when he did, he knew what he was doing.
Big facts, no
And
shit. That game was
that was
horrible, man.
embarrassing.
and and he's a receiver in a tight end's body. Basically, he's built like a tight end, but can run like a slower receiver. And when you put someone like Gary on him, that's a problem because Gary, as much as I like Nate Gary, which I get shot at for all the time, um, he wasn't a good coverage linebacker. He was a safety for a reason, and he should have stayed there. But you can't put him to cover a bigger body receiver and expect him to do very much because Claypool could have done a number of things to him and had him right there. So either way, we would have been screwed with Gary on Claypool, and Schwartz should have called that timeout.
Should have called the timeout. I agree, bro. Bro, when you even see that lineup, they had what? I don't even think they had a tight end out there on that play. It was all five was wide receivers. It's like, why would you even have Nick Geary on the field in that situation? It don't make no sense, bro. Like it was just like he just slapped us in the face right there. We first of all, we was getting cooked at first. Carson Wentz and them brought us back, all the way back. He brought us all the way back just to do that. Even in the Baltimore game, I'm like, bro, like they not doing nothing special to us. It's like they know we rushing forward. We not blitzing. We're not gonna blitz Lamar Jackson. So now you got linebackers chasing Lamar Jackson. Now just pick your poison. It's like, all right, y'all chase me. I'm just gonna throw it over your head. It was so easy. Like the game plan was just so easy to beat. Like, and when you blitz, you don't disguise no blitzes. You ain't. I never seen them disguise a blitz. Like if they coming, they coming, and then all the quarterback do is lift it up and throw it where the blitz came from. I'd be like, come on, bro, you gotta be a little bit more creative than that. It was horrible.
And
That
that was the
defense was
problem
horrible.
last year again by Jim Schwartz. He absolutely made no adjustments at no point of time on how to adjust the thing like things like that Pittsburgh game. Literally no adjustments. All I'm saying, I know Chase Claypool is very very good, and I know he was a rookie, but that was embarrassing. That was the most atrocity and hideous embarrassment I ever seen. Letting that guy do all this and acting like the second coming of Jerry Rice out there you made that man seem like he was a legend. He basically got a
Mm-hmm.
gold jacket off us in that game and made his mark right there in that game. That's a slap in the
He was
face. Like
killing us.
one Trey Rock said, that's a slap in the face right there. So the problem with it was no adjustments. No adjustments that Jim Shorts ever had made in that game, and neither the game when the defense secondary couldn't hold up. And like I say, it was getting cooked. I say you didn't try to blitz too much. I mean, it's just like leaving a secondary for dead, leaving them for dead, leaving your homeboy out there to get crashed on. I mean, that was the most embarrassing game I ever saw in my entire life.
Hey, no shit, stall him out. No shit. Stall him out.
You said stall him out.
Stall him out, big bro.
They Gary got out there on the island, no shit. They put him out there on the
Uh,
island. That boy
Nate
Claypool
Gary was
lured him to sleep a
horrible
little
last
bit.
year, bro. Nate Gary was horrible. They had him playing out of position. I mean, there's a lot of safeties that's coming in converting a linebacker, but Nate Gary shouldn't have been one of them. He was slow as hell. He could not. He did not know run fits. It's like you could tell he never played linebacker because he did not know run fits. He couldn't cover. It's like all dude could do is just tackle somebody while they got the football. They already got the football. He could chase him down, tackle him, stuff like that. But he wasn't no good linebacker, bro, at all. I don't know what Jordy was looking at, bro. Probably because you watching that Nebraska. You probably was a Nate Gary fan when he played for Nebraska. But other than that, I don't see how you could like Nate Gary. Like, he was horrible.
No, I
Yeah,
think part of it was
yeah.
I just watched so much into the tape, but I will agree with you. He was out of position, and I think a big component of that of him also being slow is he added on 5 pounds his second and third year. That's going to slow him down, and that's going to make him have to change his play style.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did gain weight, but I don't know, bro. I was watching him on the field. He looked like a deer in headlights to me. He was getting faked out on everything. It was just like I feel like Alex Singleton should have been in there a little bit earlier. We probably would have been in a lot more games because Nick Gary was killing us, bro. He was killing us.
Yeah, he was,
I
and
mean, like I said, man. Go ahead, Jordy. My bad.
I think it got worse in his last year here, and you can pick out a number of reasons, but I think it was just he was out of position with the wrong coordinator.
Yeah, maybe he would have looked better in a different scheme, but the scheme we was running it put too much stress on our linebackers because if you asking the D lineman just to rush, just to get off field, chase the quarterback,
Yeah,
play the run on the way to playing the pass, it's like, bro, like you're not really helping your linebackers out because now they in all kind of
yep,
space right now. They in all kind of space right now. They have no help. They gotta run sideline to sideline, plus play the middle. It's like now you out there covering running backs out the backfield more often. It was
yep.
bad. It was a bad scheme all around. Or maybe we just ain't had the right players to fit that kind of scheme. But the scheme looked bad to me.
And you damn sure ain't had the right coaching. Damn sure ain't had the right coaching for it either, man. Like I said, yeah, I don't know why Jim Shorts keep getting a job anyway. He already showing that he put people in difficult situations and stuff like that. I mean, it was absolutely just like no adjustments at all for whatever, man. Like I said, offense. It was time. Like I said, the offense will bring us back in the game, and then again, one big play just kind of derail everything, and then. But like I say, man, I believe we're gonna have a better season this year. The happiest day of my life was when Jim Shorts was gone when he got fired. That was the happiest day. That was like a happiest day of my life right there. But
Uh,
I was like, I
yeah,
almost jumped
bro.
on top of the roof when I heard he was gone. I almost jumped on top of the roof. I almost jumped on top of my roof when I heard he was
Yeah,
gone. And
I was
like I
happy
said,
as
it was
hell
just
too. I
embarrassing,
was,
man.
yeah.
Man, that Pittsburgh game, I just seen no other game like that. I thought I was looking at Jerry Rice out there all over again. I thought I was just looking at 99 overall Jerry Rice when I saw Claypool do
Richie, you crazy, Rich. How you gonna try to give Bateman props and then tear you down like that? That's crazy, bro.
that.
No, but on some real, man, I'm real optimistic about this season, bro. I feel like we have
Yeah,
a good mix of young and veteran talent this year. So I feel like everybody gonna shine. Like our O line.
yeah,
Hopefully our O line can stay healthy. If our O line, that's the key to our offense right there. If our O line can stay healthy, we can keep Lane on the field, Brandon Brooks on the field, Kelsey on the field. I mean, whoever win that left tackle spot, I think Isaac St. Malu gonna be our left guard. So I feel like we have a solid offensive line, a solid. All the players we getting all the players back basically from the Super Bowl, right? Except for like a Big V and stuff like
yep.
that. So it's like if they can stay healthy, they're gonna be the key to us winning a lot of football games. How y'all feel about that?
Mm-hmm. You can go ahead, Jordy.
Um, yeah, I do think this line will be the key to our offense. I think it's going to look very similar to what it should have been last year, besides Mailata and Dillard swapping spots. And even though we're having slight injury problems right now, when it comes down to it, I think everyone should be healthy enough for week 1, and it will be the key.
Exactly. I agree. All right, so
Yeah. All right.
give
Go
me
ahead.
your Philadelphia Eagle record prediction this year. What's your floor and what's your ceiling? Go ahead, Coach Dante, or
Ceiling to
whoever
me,
wants to
yeah.
start it off. It don't matter.
I got you. The ceiling for me, I got us going. I got us going 11-5 this year. Everybody can stay healthy, like you said, if the offensive line can stay healthy, I think Miles Sanders is going to have a breakout year again. He's one of my favorite running backs in the game, and it was just a straight atrocity how Del Peterson used him. It's
It
like
was horrible.
he'll have 80 yards. He'll have 80 yards all in the first half, and by the second half he'll be taken away from the game. It's like he's not even on the field or on the sideline anymore. It was just terrible how embarrassing how he did him, and it was embarrassing how Carson Wentz played out there. I just never seen. I don't know what the hell happened to Carson Wentz. I don't know how he progressed, but like I said, it was just embarrassing all around. But I believe in Miles Sanders, like those running back that can run between the tackles, catch out of the backfield. Also, you can put him at receiver. He's gonna have a breakout year. I got Miles Sanders, like I said, over 1,200 yards, over 10 touchdowns this year. And again, if the offensive line stay healthy and this receiving core stay healthy, which is I'm very high on, and Jalen Hurts, being able to get better in the pocket, utilizing the run game very well, getting him in some zone read options where he's very tough at, and breaking the defense down and using this running game when you're gonna have three great good running backs. If Kerryon Johnson can also stay healthy, another guy that's very big, run between the tackles, catch out of the backfield, and Kenneth Gainwell and all those guys, I believe we can do some great things. So my ceiling, like I said, is 11-5, and I believe the defense will be even much better, much better again. Like I'm gonna say it again. And Philly Notion, like I say, I just feel like Chase Claypool. I thought I just saw a 99 overall out there. I saw a 99
Yeah,
overall Jerry Rice. I thought I saw
he
Hall of
was
Fame Jerry
cooking
Rice
our
out there.
face, bro. He was cooking our face. We could not stop this dude. I was like,
I mean, they
put
could.
Darius Slay over
They
there, bro. Like,
That's what I said. That's what I said. I mean, Darius Slade. I wish that he would call the timeout and say Darius Slade go over there and guard Chase Claypool. I say I could have. Their defense last year they couldn't even guard me. I wouldn't believe they could guard me out there the way that defensive scheme was. I didn't believe they could guard me out there.
but on
I wouldn't
some
believe they
real,
could guard me.
their best receiver wasn't Claypool though. We had to guard
No, it
Juice.
wasn't. It was James
Darius
Washington.
Slay was no, it was Juju.
No, but Juju
Darius Slay
always stayed
was
off on the field. He never was healthy though. But it was
he was
basically
healthy
James
that game.
Washington or Claypool.
I'm talking about that
Healthy
game.
that game,
Like
but
if you
oh, you
going
talking about
into
okay.
if you're going into a game, you game planning for Juju Smith Schuster, not
Yeah,
Chase Claypool and James Washington. You game planning for him, so you're gonna put your best receiver on him everywhere you go. Now
yeah,
it's up to the other receivers to do their part. Chase Claypool was the third wide receiver in that rotation, and he killed us like
yeah.
that. So it's like even when we played the Rams, they tight end was killing us, was killing Nate Gary. I was like, yo,
Tyler
I'm
Higby.
like, Swartz, why you keeping this dude? Yeah. I'm like, Swartz, why did you keep Get this dude off the field. You get killed by Higbee. I'm like, oh my god. Nate Gary really disappointed me last year, bro. It was crazy. I was like, I was done with him.
Yeah,
Hey Richie
I saw a
MC.
99 overall. Look at Noshi. Go back to
Hey,
Noshi comment.
hey, hold on. Let me answer Richie quick. Hey Richie, it
Good.
wasn't supposed to be no linebackers on the field on that play, bro. It wasn't no tight ends, no running backs on the field. It was a 5 wide receiver set. So why is Nate Gary on the field? You supposed to have all DBs on the field at that point. But I mean, that's Jim Schwartz for you though. Look, Notion over here talking his junk. Yeah, bro. Everybody had 99 boots for what we saw.
Hey, Noshi. Hey, it's kind of like on 2K, Noshi. Hey, no, it kind of, when you play
Yeah.
2K, when you kind of like
Hey,
play 2K and your point guard speed boost, that's how Chase Claypool was.
hey,
It's
Notion.
kind of
Hey,
like he
Notion. They
speed boosted on 2K.
sliders up on us, bro. They put the sliders up.
Yeah, it's like a 99 overall Jerry Rice, a
Yeah.
Hall of Fame Jerry Rice, a
Yo, they
holographic
put
card.
the catching the receiver sliders up on us to 99.
They
They
did. They
just
put it
cut
up
out
on him on
every
that
receiver
game.
was everybody was cooking us, bro. That shit was crazy. It was horrible. But yeah. Damn, we just leaving Jordy out. Hey Jordy, how you feel about what's the Eagles floor and ceiling for this year, man? What's your expectations on the season, their record?
Honestly, I think ceilings around 10 wins and floors around 6. I have us winning 9 games, and that's mostly because I think the first couple weeks, 4 or 5, it's going to be a lot of trial and error with not only fitting players into the scheme, but the scheme itself. Nick Sirianni is the new head coach. He's going to have to test a lot of things with this scheme. And you're going to see normal things with coaches of trying to sort everything out the first couple of weeks. And not only that, you're figuring out what you've got in your receivers, your running backs, your corners, stuff like that. And then as it gets further into the season, the schedule gets kind of easier. The coaches kind of
Oh,
settle in on what they're
hold on, real
doing.
quick. Hold on, real quick. Positive Philly. Ben Simmons got traded. Like, is you saying he just got traded, or is that a question?
Hold on,
Like, I
let me go
don't.
check on NBA TV. I'm gonna go check on
Yeah.
NBA TV right quick.
Yeah.
Let me check that. I don't know. Let me check that. Let me check it.
Go ahead, Jody. I apologize, bro. I apologize.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But I think it'll just come down to really when does this coaching staff and roster settle in during the season? And whenever that is, I think they'll really start to kick off this team's production.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. My ceiling is 11 games. I feel like we can eke out 11 games. I feel like
Facts.
I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. I feel like we're going to beat one of them teams. Either it's Kansas City or Tampa Bay. We're going to beat one of them teams. I feel like we're gonna beat the chart. The only thing I don't like about the schedule is how the schedule's set up. We don't get back-to-back home games till I think like a week, at least week 14. So that's gonna be the hard part. You going home, then you traveling, then you going home, then you traveling, then you go. That's gonna be the hard part of the schedule. But once we can get past that, and then we don't got a bye week till like when our bye week like week 13, I think week 14. So that's gonna be the hard part of the schedule is just trying to get into a rhythm. You don't get back to back home games until like late into the season. That's gonna be the hard part. But I feel like we're gonna surprise a lot of teams this year. Like they're not gonna know what to really expect from us. So that's why
Yep.
I can honestly say I feel like we're gonna win at least 11 games this year because we're gonna surprise a lot of teams this year.
I feel like out of those two teams, out of Kansas City and the Bucks, I feel like we gonna I got us beating the Bucks. I got us beating the Bucks. I just feel like Kansas City offense would just we like Kansas City all defense is not all that really that good. They're not really that good. They were 22nd in the league in defense. That means, like I say, they get stops when it mattered the most. It just their offense is too dynamic. So like I say again, we're gonna be able to move the ball on this defense. It's just the problem is, can we measure stops against Kansas City? And I don't know if we can do it against Kansas City, but like I say, against against the Bucks, I got us beating the Bucks more. I got us beating the Bucks more than I got us beat Kansas City. If I had to choose out of those two games, it would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll upset.
I feel like we could beat them both for real. To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we could beat them both because we got like, I mean, we don't really like got proven receivers, but we have a lot of fast. We got a lot of firepower. I feel like we could go back and forth with them easily. I mean, it's just I feel like it's gonna be one of those games. Whoever get the first stop gonna win. You get me? Because
Yep.
like you said, the Kansas City defense is not that good. Like
No,
unless
they
it's like
22nd in
Jones.
the league. They were 22nd
Right.
in the league.
If it's
And
Jones, not Jones or Tyron Matthews, the other everybody else is just average around them. So it's like I feel like we can shoot it out with any team. It's just I want
yep.
to know. I want to see how our defense go. I'm really more intrigued with seeing how the defense gonna play than the offense because I know the offense is gonna score points. It's like we got Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders in the backfield. That's going to count for a lot of yards. Just them two rushing right
Mm-hmm.
there. So I feel like we're gonna beat a lot of teams with like time of possession and not even like long down the
Yep.
field plays. It's gonna be quick hitches, quick slant screen plays, and we got dudes that can take it to the crib like a Rigger, a Quez Watkins, uh, Devontae Smith. So even Dallas Goddard could take it to the house from anywhere. He got a little bit of wills, man. So it's like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
we got a lot of players, explosive players on offense. I just want to. I'm really more concerned about how this defense going to play together, being as though we really took a lot of people from different teams. I want to see how they gonna all click. So I feel like we're gonna win. I feel like we're gonna win 9 to 11 games. To be honest,
Yep.
Notion there talking crazy. Hey Notion, you know our heads
No,
gonna be
she
rolling to
crazy.
get that shit. Yeah,
Hey,
Notion
no,
funny as
she's
hell, man.
crazy. No, she's
Him and Richie, man,
crazy.
that's crazy, man. But yeah, man, I also I feel I'm real optimistic about this season, man. I feel like we gonna surprise a
uh,
lot of teams. Just based off the fact they don't know
yeah, I
what to
think we're gonna
expect
be
from us.
alright this year. Yeah,
How you feel,
especially
Jody?
like you said, it can also be dangerous too against Tampa Bay and the Kansas City Chiefs because we got no receiver to game plan for if you actually go in the game. So anybody can get off any given time. So like when you come into a game, you game plan for DeAndre Hopkins or Juju Smith Schuster, but we got wild cards all over the field. So, like I say, you just don't know who to go out, who's gonna go out for or anything. So that's why again they could
Right.
be underestimating our wide receivers. That's the way I'm kind of trying to say it. So like I say anybody can break any given time. So that's why I say I agree with you. Like I said, I think that's why it will also be dangerous like that as well. It can be dangerous like that as well. Not having nobody that you can game plan for that you not expect to beat you.
Right. I feel like even a Travis Fulgham could go off any game. You seen that the little
Oh
four
yeah.
game stretch he had. He could go off any game. Quads could come in and go off any
Mm-hmm.
game. Dude, explosive as hell. I feel like we have a lot of weapons. I'm not really too concerned about the offense. I feel like it's gonna be the defense
Yep.
that's gonna carry us where we need to be. So I mean, like I said, a lot of people sleeping on us. Like I mean, media wise and all that. But I like when we go into season with no expectations. We always
Yeah.
break
Oh
down the
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
barriers.
Yeah.
I remember the year we won the Super Bowl. We ain't had no expectations. It's like
Oh no.
we just won 6 games the year before. We came into that season and we took over that season, and we had a last place schedule, and we played most of the teams that we're playing this year. So, I mean, I like how
Yeah.
we look right now, man.
Oh yeah. Like I said again, man. I like it as well. I like it as well. Again, we didn't expect to have high expectations that year. Nick Foles finished off the job for us, and I'm happy for him. But Carson Wentz
Hmm.
got hurt. I mean, it's a theory that I can question about Carson Wentz. Is it seeing Nick Foles win that Super Bowl? Did he feel like he didn't play a big role of it? Or did it feel like it was in his head mentally that he needs to prove that that he was a big part of the team? Because ever since then, like I kind of got a theory about that. That was kind of messing. That was kind of messing with him for a little bit. I just want to know if it was him seeing Nick Foles and everybody gathering around Nick Foles that time with winning the Super Bowl. I don't understand that part about Carson Wentz.
Hey, Jordy, you want to answer that question?
Yeah, hmm. I was thinking how to answer. I don't really have an answer for it.
I got an answer for it. I'll answer it. I feel like to me, what I seen personally, I seen kind of what you saying, but it's more Carson Wentz felt like I believe in my heart he was happy for Nick Foles. Like he was real happy for Nick Foles
Okay.
for coming in and winning that championship. But I feel like after that year, Carson Wentz felt like he had unfinished business. It's like
Yeah,
he got us
that's why.
basically to
That's it.
where
Perfect.
he
Yeah.
got us basically to where we needed to be. I mean, got hurt. You can't do nothing about that. Nick Foles come
Yeah.
in, he won the Super Bowl. All right, now the next year, he rushed himself back from injury because he don't want Nick Foles taking them snaps. Now Philly fans already fell in love with Nick Foles. It's like they didn't already fell in
Yeah.
love with Nick Foles. So it's like, all right, what Carson do wrong now? He gonna get killed for it because they want Nick Foles in there because he just won us the Super Bowl. I don't blame him. I don't blame
I
him.
don't blame him
But
either.
I feel like Wentz tried his best here to win the fans back over, the media back over. But after Nick won that Super Bowl, that's when everything started going downhill. Even after they paid Carson Wentz, it was like I don't think he really believed they believed in him. So it's like,
Hmm.
I mean, it was doomed. It was doomed from after that. It was doomed already. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy for Carson Wentz getting out of there, getting a new start. I mean, he done already got injured over there, but I mean, it's crazy, bro. Like I don't like on some shit. I don't care who it is. Like it could be a Dallas player. I don't wish injury on nobody. I
No,
want to see you
no.
healthy. I
Yeah.
want to see you healthy
Yeah.
and on the field. That's why I was trying to say to Eagles fans, I'm like, y'all making all these jokes and stuff like that. All it takes for one hit for our quarterback to be out. Then y'all gonna be
Yeah.
in there crying and stuff. This
And,
is a physical game.
and this is why I was like, I didn't care. I don't, I don't give a damn about Dallas. I hate Dallas with a passion. But one thing about it, I would never wish someone to get hurt. When I seen that Prescott break his ankle when Logan Ryan bended his ankle, I didn't like that one bit. So like, I don't care if I don't like Dallas and I don't care about Dallas. I hope they lose every single ball game every year. But like I say again, I would never wish one of their best, nobody's best player to get hurt. I would never wish that. I mean, the main thing I always want to do, I want to beat you with your best player, so there will be no
Exactly.
excuses. Also, one
Exactly.
saying some fan come to me and say, "Oh, you didn't beat us with that Prescott. You didn't beat us with Amari Cooper. I want your best player to be on that field at all times. That's just how I like it.
If you actually like, if you actually like played football in like
Yeah.
in your lifetime, you would never wish injury on another player.
Oh
It's like,
no, even in basketball, I would never
yeah,
wish that stuff.
any sport. If you ever played a sport, you
Yeah.
would never wish. And you can tell the people that never really played sports. It's like, why would you wish an
Yeah.
injury on this man? It's like, I want to
Yep.
play Dak Prescott at his ultimate best. I want
Yeah.
to
At his
play
best.
Carson Wentz if we ever play Indy. I want to play Carson Wentz at 100%. I want to play
Yep.
Daniel Jones at 100%. I don't want to see them dudes on the
Yep.
bench all beat up and stuff like that. I want to play them at their best because now people can't say, "Oh, y'all only beat us because Dak Prescott wasn't there. Y'all only beat
Yeah.
us
That's
because
see.
this
That's what I'm
person
saying.
wasn't there. Yeah, y'all only beat us because Saquon Barkley wasn't there." I'm like, I want to play these dudes. I want y'all. I want
Yeah.
to see how y'all match up against these dudes, Ezekiel Elliott, all these dudes. I want to see that. Like
Yep.
we ain't ducking no
You
wreck
do.
over here. Yeah,
Yep.
we not ducking no wreck over here. How you
Mm-hmm.
feel about
That's
that,
how I be
Jordy?
like that's just the way I am. Like I'm a competitor, and like I say, I want to beat you when you have your best player, regardless of what it is. I just want to beat you when you have your best player. I don't want to beat you at your 75%, 50%. I want to beat you when you're at 1,000% healthy. That's why I want to beat you. That's why I want to beat you in. If I can't beat you without the best player on the team, it don't feel like a resolve win. Like I said, I just want to beat. I want to beat the team when they had a best quarterback, receiver, best linebacker, best anybody. I would be happy with that. I would feel good about that. So it would be no excuses. Would be no excuses at all.
Exactly. Exactly. How you feel, Jordy?
Yeah, I gotta agree. I'm a competitor, so I always, even if I'm not 100% and somebody challenges me, I'm one of those people that's always gonna do it. And
Hmm.
if I can never do it if someone's not 100% because I'm not. I want to beat them when they're at their best, and
Hmm.
I think the same can be said for anyone who's played sports. If you're gonna beat somebody, you want to beat the best to show you are one of the best. Because I mean, I don't know how to word this, but it's if you beat someone who's 50%, if who was the best but isn't the best, you're obviously going to strive for more.
Hmm.
If you beat someone who is the best, you can walk away saying, "Yeah, we both put our best out on the floor, and ultimately the best walked away, even if you lose."
Exactly.
And
Yep.
honestly, I you can't wish injury on somebody because then it takes that away.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah, I agree, bro. It's like, I mean, you as a competitor and you actually love what you do, you're not gonna want to play somebody 50%. You're gonna want to beat them at their best. You're gonna want to beat them with a Brian Dawkins on the field. You're gonna want to beat them with a Troy Polamalu on the field. Now, if Troy out, you're gonna be like, won the game, but you ain't gonna feel like a real accomplishment. You get me? It ain't gonna feel like a real accomplishment,
Yep.
man. Is this the competitive nature you just make you wanna go against the best players. So it's like, I mean, I don't understand all these people just happy that people getting injured and stuff like that, making jokes and stuff. I was like, I could tell y'all never played a competitive sport in y'all life. Like, because if y'all did, y'all would not be happy because that could easily happen to one of your players. One of your players could break something. One of your players could be out for the rest of the season. And we know that best being though our quarterback, our offensive line been beat up the past 2, 3 years. We know that more than anybody. They calling it an Eagles curse. Like we've been injured for so many years. Even our Super Bowl year, we lost damn near like 10 players. We lost like 10 players that year. So it's like, I
Yep.
mean, we know the injury thing, man. I don't wish injury on nobody's players, bro.
For real. And that's like if you since I'm so much of a great competitor, I always looking to compete. No matter if it's in training camp or somebody trying to come for my spot, I don't want nothing given to me, and I don't believe nothing in life or on the field or on the court should be given to you at all. Just like Notion always said, Zach Ertz should compete, and you down right. Hell yeah, you should compete because nothing should be given to you. Competition makes you better, and you supposed to thrive under competition. And that's what I love. I love to
Exactly.
thrive on a competition. I love when a player trying to come from my spot. I love when a player try to do that. I mean, you just got to go out there and bust your ass and show, hey, I deserve this. I'm still a man. I'm still a man, and you still need to be behind me. So, like I said again, I hate that Prescott got hurt last year, and I knew his ankle was broken. But like I said again, I don't wish nobody to get hurt. Like Carson Wentz, I don't wish him to get hurt. I wish he come back strong. Like I say again, but it don't feel right when you don't play the best out there. When you don't play the best out there, especially if the player, busting his ass and he knowing he not out there 100%. Like I said again, like Anthony Davis, he shouldn't have been out there on the court against Phoenix. He knew he wasn't 100%. He was hurt. Anthony Davis was out there hurt. Every time you see him go up, he grabbing his hamstring. It's a difference between when you're hurt or injured. If you're injured, you can chance it a little bit, but if you're hurt, you shouldn't be out there. You shouldn't really put yourself in that type of risk out there. So that's a big difference.
Exactly.
But I'll say that's number of competitive spirit and competitive fire. You want everybody best player to be out there on that field or court any way it goes.
Right. I agree. I agree. I mean, we're approaching 2 hours right now. So before we get out of here, I want to do a little project with y'all real quick, man. Since we all rep
All right.
different we all rep different NBA teams, man. I want y'all to give me the starting five all time for y'all basketball team. Like point guard,
Okay.
shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center.
All right. Center. I mean, like I'm gonna go center. Yao Ming. I'm gonna go center Yao Ming if he wasn't injured. He will be the greatest Houston center of all time. Power forward, I'm gonna go with Keem Olajuwon. Keem Olajuwon was just a demon, just a beast. The guy had footwork like a goddamn point, like a goddamn guard out there. He come with every post move in the book. It was no way you couldn't guard him in the post. So I put him at power forward. At small forward, it's hard to put. I'm gonna go with James. I'm gonna go with James Harden at small forward. I'm gonna go with James Harden at small forward. I'm gonna go with T Mac at small forward. I'm gonna go with James Harden at shooting guard, and at point guard, I'm gonna go with Calvin Murphy.
That's a solid lineup, man. That Harden
Yeah,
at the two and Mac at the three. That's a solid lineup, bro. Oh
yeah.
my god,
And when Mac was healthy, when Mac was a healthy, that guy was a beast. And Kobe even came out and said it.
yo,
The guy was the
he was
toughest
a
guy to
dog.
guard.
He was unguardable,
Yep,
bro. He was unguardable
yep.
back then. He was
Definitely
Kevin
was.
Durant before KD came in. Like he could rise up and
Mm-hmm.
shoot over you. He could dunk on you. Everything.
Yep.
Like Mac was a beast. All right, Jordy, what's
Especially
your
in Orlando.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. Jordy, what's your
Now
lineup,
go ahead.
Jordy?
I'm done.
So my lineup at point guard, I gotta go Bob Cousy. Great player in his
Mm.
time. Honestly, he's more than earned a spot in that starting lineup for all time. Shooting guard, that's very tough, but I'm gonna have to say Ray Allen, one of the best perimeter shooters in the NBA of all
Yep,
time.
yep.
At small forward, that's another tough one, but I'm gonna have to say Larry Bird. He's someone who'd trash talk you. He'd say, "I'm gonna drop
Sheesh.
40 with my left hand," then he'd do it.
Bro, you
Yeah.
know what's crazy? Hold on. You know what's crazy? I mean, you ain't gonna put Paulie in there? That's crazy. You ain't gonna put Paulie in there, Jordy?
I'd love to put the truth there, but I gotta put Larry Bird there.
Oh, that's crazy. You ain't gonna, I would have put Paulie over Ray Allen for real, for real. I would have put Paulie at the two. But I mean, I don't know. Paulie one of the all-time greats in Boston history, bro. You gotta put Paulie in there somewhere. But go ahead, finish your list.
Power forward, Kevin Garnett. He brought a ferocity and he could play no matter day in, day out. And then at center, I got to say Bill Russell,
Mm-hmm. That's
one of the
solid.
driving forces of that team in the 50s, 60s.
That's solid. That's a solid lineup. All right, for me, I'm gonna have to go in B. You know I gotta put Big Dog in there. Gotta go in B. Who I'm gonna put at the power? Derek Coleman. I'm gonna put Derek Coleman at the power. Uh Julius Irvin at small.
Okay.
Uh I like to put Mo Cheeks at shooting guard. And I'm gonna put AI at the point. That's a solid
Solid
lineup
right there,
right there. That's
right
a
there.
solid lineup.
Solid lineup. Something was telling me to go with Clyde Drexler, but he played for Houston 1 year. I just like the value Tracy McGrady. Just think about the what if he was healthy. And Keem Olajuwon, like I say, it's magnificent for what he did because like I say, Keem Olajuwon, think about it, was the only player in the NBA that won two back-to-back titles without even having an all-star on his team. Now you can say
Yeah.
he had Clyde Drexler, but Clyde Drexler didn't wasn't even an all-star that year. Clyde Drexler was kind of past his prime a little bit,
Yeah, he was
but he was
old.
still able to put up
Clyde Drexler was old at that
yeah,
time.
so like that's like he wasn't even an all-star. And Kim Olajuwon just made everybody better. And if Yao Ming didn't have the foot injuries, he would have been one. He would have been up there with Kim Olajuwon as the greatest Rocket center of all time. And we already know how great James Harden would have been. Well, if everybody want to like, I bash him for his shenanigans and stuff, but I don't never keep forgetting how great of a player he was for Houston. Every year, James Harden played in Houston since he stepped in the Rockets. Since he stepped on the court, Rockets never missed the playoffs. As long as James Harden was on the team, the Rockets went every to playoffs every year. So that tells you how great of a player he was. The Rockets never missed the playoffs. Every year, he except twice. He didn't invest. Except twice, he lost the first round twice with the Houston Rockets. His first year and he lost against his third year with against the Golden State Warriors. So he lost the first round only twice. And again, and point guard Calvin Murphy was 5'9". He was great, man, and he also went to the finals. And when we played the greatest team of all time, greatest defensive team of all time, that was the Boston Celtics. So I just had to show some respect to those guys.
I'm still surprised Jordy ain't put Paulie in there, bro. You gotta put Paul
Paul
Pierce
Pierce,
in
one of
there,
the
yo.
greatest Celtics of all time.
One of the
Though.
greatest
That's
Celtics of
small
all
forward, though.
time, bro. Yo. I understand you going with Larry Legend over him, but you gotta stick Paulie played the two too. I would have put him in there over Ray Ray, bro. You gotta put Paulie in there over Ray Ray. He did it for
Man.
two. He did it for way longer with Boston.
Nah, but Ray was the better shooter, and honestly, in that lineup, I'd be fine with putting Ray there over Pierce.
I agree. All right, yeah, it's personal opinion, but Paulie the greatest Celtic, one of the greatest Celtics of all time, bro. He top 5 in history with the
Yeah, he
Celtics.
definitely is.
But yeah, man. Like I said, I appreciate you. We just hit 2 hours. I appreciate y'all pulling up, man, to the cave. I appreciate y'all. I really do, man. I mean, that's how I know. I mean, I'm getting where I need to be. I got a couple dudes that been doing their thing on here. Big Play Slave. Thanks, Big Play Slave, for pulling up. And I'm gonna let y'all let the people know where they can find y'all at, man. Before we get out of here.
You can find me at Coach Dante 31 on Twitter. If you want to collab with me, come hit me up on my DMs at Coach Dante 31 on Twitter. If you want to collab with me, just hit me up. I set the time and the date up. I just to basically y'all because we on 2 different time zones. So find me at Coach Dante on Twitter, find me at Coach Dante on Instagram, and find me at Coach Dante 31 Coach Dante on YouTube. I will be on Mint stream tomorrow at 6 because NBA free agency will be starting tomorrow. We'll be starting tomorrow at 6, so I will be in Mint stream. And on Wednesday, I got a collab with a Rams fan. So if you guys ever interested in collabing with me, just hit me up in my DMs on Twitter at Coach Dante. Coach Dante. And you can also find me on YouTube at Coach Dante. Instagram, Coach Dante. All the same, pretty much.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you can find me at Jordy Fighter on YouTube. I'm over there with my 3 podcasts, and I'm actually planning a stream for later this month with a friend, so hopefully we can get a date set for that soon. But you can find me there and on Twitter under the same name.
Right. I was just digging in him a little bit about that notion. He ain't even gonna put Paulie P up there. That's crazy, bro. No, but it's all good, man. Go ahead, Jordy. I apologize, man.
But you can also find me at Twitter with under the same name. That's where I give most of my updates on if podcasts are coming out late or something. But check me out on both of those.
I bet, man. I appreciate you for pulling up to the cave, man. I do this every weekend, every Friday, Saturday. Even one of those days. So if you ain't doing nothing, you're always welcome to come on the show, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, man, thanks for having me on. It's always a blast.
No problem, man. I'm going to holler at you, bro.
I bet.
All right. Yo, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. It's been a great stream. We've been going 2 hours strong. I had Big Dog Notion up in here, Richie MC. Fully Foothills. I just had a lot of the dogs up in here, man. Yeah, Big Play, man. I appreciate you for pulling up, bro. I've been going 2 hours strong. This was a love post. This was all love on this post, man. We got some great content creators. But yeah, man. Y'all already know where to find me, man. Your boy onetreroc. Sliding up out of here. Peace.
In that size.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the one here, turn the beat up. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's us.